Good Saturday morning to Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. This is your outlook for April 18th and 19th, 2015, both Saturday and Sunday, the weekend outlook. And starting off this weekend is going to be absolutely fantastic today with temperatures that are going to be more typical of like the Memorial Day weekend than it would be for this time of April. So we're going to have temperatures here. They're going to run at about 15 degrees above normal or thereabout across much of the area. Very warm conditions here. This is looking at Saturday afternoon right now. Wow, not much of any clouds in the sky or anything like that. So it should be a very nice day. The only thing is, once we get in the afternoon, we're going to have the winds kick up a little bit. Could have some gusts up to 30 miles per hour. Generally 20 to 25 will be the gust, but you could have gusts as high as 30 miles per hour across our coverage area here today. And then winds will start to shift to the north as a cold front will move through this evening. But before it does so, we're going to have temperatures here across the area in the mid to upper 70s across much of this area. Might be a little bit cooler up here, up across the Poconos here, but everywhere else, mid to upper 70s. Very nice day here. Might even be a little bit higher than the NAM high res is indicating here. We got some places here we want a little bit higher than what's shown here, but for most areas this is pretty close. This is all pretty close to what we'll be dealing with. Mid to upper 70s is a general rule. Might even get close to 80 degrees down here in Philadelphia, or especially into Delaware, interior South Jersey, and the Philadelphia Metro. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does touch 80 here on Saturday. But here's what happens here on Sunday after this cold front goes through. We go back down to highs that are more typical this time of year. Now, these are actually a little bit lowballed here. I'm thinking we're going to be in the lower 60s for most locations, low to mid 60s here on Sunday, which is more typical for the time of year. I mean, this is not anything out of the ordinary. Maybe a few degrees above normal actually here on Sunday yet, but this is what we can expect for this time of year. So this is not, and it's still warm. It's just not exceptionally warm like it's going to be today. And a little bit further here in time, and this system that's moving off to our northeast here is the one that's going to have the cold front associated with it, and you're not even going to notice it. It's just going to be a cold front that's going to push through, attach to this area, weak area low pressure here, and once this moves off to the southeast, the winds will shift to the north. Once they shift to the north, there's still going to be gusty overnight, even though we're going to be getting into clear skies in the overnight hours Saturday night. You're still going to get into some windy conditions behind that front, but it will be shifting from west to north. And it'll be a noticeable change in direction and in wind speed. And then we get into Sunday. High pressure is going to briefly attempt to move in here. We're going to have bright sunny skies once again, but this is going to be just to start the day. We think it's going to be increasing clouds later in the day. Now the NAM is much faster with this feature. With this line of precipitation. Here's a look at Sunday evening here on the global models. Just barely getting into western Pennsylvania. High pressure sitting off to the east. This is all ahead of a warm front. Area low pressure sitting here. Another one down here. But there's actually a warm front attached to this. This is all the precipitation along this warm front here, and it's all moving toward our area here. We go over to the NAM here. The NAM is actually very aggressive with bringing this in actually as early as in our southwestern areas anyway, as early as Sunday evening. So might have to watch for the timing on that. Might be a little bit off, but I think most of the areas get into this precipitation after midnight. But we'll keep an eye on this just in case and see how fast this gets in here, because this is looking at verbatim. This is according to the NAM. Sunday 11 p.m. You see most of the areas in Pennsylvania are already under the rain. So if that's the case, it does come in a little faster. That which is a possibility. We'll let you know. Right now, it looks like all the globals are wanting to keep it back here, a little bit delayed until at least the overnight hours here, and then we get into the overnight hours Sunday night here. This is looking at now just about midnight, and then just after midnight, the precipitation starts moving through, and you're gonna have one round of rain come through. This is all ahead of the warm front. Again, there's a area low pressure here, warm front sitting here like this. So this is all ahead of this warm front pushing through. We're going to be watching for some clearing then. Later Monday, and that clearing might allow for some thunderstorms here later in the day as we get into Monday evening for round 2 of the precipitation. So we'll be watching for that as well. And then we're going to be mostly dry for the rest of the week. Maybe get another cold front that's going to come through here Wednesday night overnight. Might touch off a brief shower or two, and then behind that we're going to get quite chilly dry but chilly here for a stretch that's going to take us right into the following weekend. We're talking about chilly relative this time of year. Normal highs somewhere around low to mid 60s for this time of year, and we're going to be talking about temperatures that are going to be in the 50s, low to mid 50s in many locations. So it's going to be a big difference from what we've been used to. And actually below average, which has been a change for here recently. We've been above average for a pretty good stretch now. But now we're talking about below average temperatures. They're going to last for several days, at least until next weekend, starting on Thursday, it looks like. From Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe even beyond that. Maybe going all the way to about the 29th or thereabout before we start to moderate again, I think. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for April 18th and 19th, 2015. Have a great weekend.